This lesson is about taking a look at your fractions and trying to determine if you can simplify those fractions. The reason why we want to simplify fractions is to make it so that they are smaller numbers so that in case we need to work with them again, we don't have to deal with super big numbers. So, to simplify a fraction, the easiest way to do this is taking a look at your multiplication chart. All right. For our first example, we have 10 and 40. So your job with your multiplication chart is that you want to see where you could see 10 and 40 in the same row. Now, kind of a hint, don't look at the row or column that has the number 1 in it, because you want something that is going to be as big as possible to divide with. So let's take a look at this. Not doing 1, but I want to move on to 2. I want to see if 10 and 40 are in the same row. So over here, I see a 10, and if I move all the way over, I also see a 40 here. Okay, so 2 is a common number between 10 and 40, but let's see if we can go any bigger. So you just keep on looking. So over here, there's no even 4, so you move on. 4 here. And look at that, there is a 40 here. So that means 4 is another number that we could be using to simplify. But again, let's keep on going until we see possibly a bigger number. So look at that, we have a 10 and we have 40 here, so we're getting bigger. All right, let's keep on looking. At 6, I don't see a 10 here. At 7, I don't see a 10. At 8, I don't see a 10. At 9, I don't see a 10. At 10, I do happen to see 10 and 40 right here. And notice that the numbers are getting closer together. So you want those numbers to get as close as possible to each other. There's no 10 here, no 10 here, no 10 here, no 10 here, no 10, no, 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 no. All right, so let's go back to what we found, which is our last one, 10. So what we're gonna do with that 10 is that we are going to divide 10 up here and divide 10 on the bottom as well. So now it's our job to do what is 10 divided by 10, which equals to 1. And then 40 divided by 10, so 40 divided by 10 is going to get you 4. So your simplified fraction is 1/4. Let's take a look at 8 and 10 over here. Again, ignore the first row because you don't want 1. Let's move on to bigger stuff, 8 and 10. Look at that. I have 8 and 10 right here, and they're like right next to each other. So when they're right next to each other like that, that means this is the biggest one that we have. So that means we are going to be using the number 2 to divide. 8 divided by 2, 10 divided by 2. 8 divided by 2 will get you 4, and 10 divided by 2 will get you 5. So that means our simplified fraction is 4/5. Let's look at 16 and 36. Again, don't do the first row, move on to the next one. All right, we have 16 here, we have 36 here. They're kind of far apart right now, but let's see if we can find any other ones. Down here, there's no 16. Down here, there is a 16, and there's a 36 right here. So 4 is definitely the next biggest one. Let's see if there's any others. 5, no. 6, there's no 16. No 16, 16, and nope, no 36, so we gotta move on. No 16, no 16, no 16, no 16, no. What about 16? Even at 16, there's no 36 here. So that means the last place that we found it was at 4. So 16 and 36 have 4 in common. So divide 4, divide 4. 16 divided by 4 is equal to 4. And then 36 divided by 4 is equal to 9. So that means that's our simplest fraction that we can have. Last one that I want to do for you guys is 2 and 4. Ignore the first row, move on to the second one. And guys, take a look at that. 2 and 4 are right next to each other, so that means that's the closest thing you're ever going to get. Divide 2 on top, divide 2 on bottom. 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1, and 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. Do us a favor right now, and please do the rest of them on your own for us.